Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 10 of Thaumcraft for Addons. Today's the big day. I've been putting it off for quite some time, but in this episode we're going to be crafting and demoing the Osmotic Enchanter. It's a pretty awesome item. It pretty much allows you to put your own custom enchants on whatever item that you want, and for a Vs cost, so it's a little bit more OP than the Thaumcraft 4 version of custom enchanting that uses the actual infuser right here. And I've got my Thaumic here. Let's just recap how the Osmotic Enchanter, well, let's recap its entry in that Thaumic basically. So it says, you grew tired of getting terrible enchants for your efforts. To that, you created a new enchantment table that allows you to pick what enchantments you want to apply to an item. This new contraption requires a wand. Each enchantment requires a specific combination of Vs from that wand. The price of the enchantment is exponentially proportional to the level you want to apply. Regular enchantment rules apply. For example, you can't combine Silk Touch with Fortune. After you've selected the enchantments you want on an item, click the red button in the interface to start the enchanting process. As the item is being enchanted, you can't take it out of the table, nor can you change the enchantments you are putting on it. The table will slowly drain Vs from the wand until it's done. For this to work, there needs to be 6 pillars in the nearby vicinity, around 4 blocks. These pillars need to be the same level of the table. Continued. The pillars need to be made of 2 to 12 obsidian totem blocks, stacked on top of each other, with a piece of Neator on top of them. The enchanter will get flux energy from them, grabbing Vs from the wand and combining them to enchant the item. Lastly, the enchanter will cease to function with iron or copper capped wands, due to them being too rustic and basic for the complex infusions required. So that's the entry for the Osmotic Enchanter there. Very awesome stuff, kind of just giving you the general overview of how it works, but the infusion itself, though, is dangerous. This is the very first infusion that I'm going to be doing here in my Thaumcraft world that is dangerous, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. We'll have to keep on our toes. The actual ingredients are 5 obsidian tiles, 2 thaumium ingots, a spellbinding cloth, which is a mod recipe as well, that requires enchanted fabric, well, you know, an add-on recipe. And you just make that in a crucible, fairly straightforward. And you also need yourself a vanilla enchantment table as the thing that you're infusing. So it also said that we need to make some pillars sticking out of the ground as well. So I've gone ahead and added an extra area to my little crafting island. We have a place that I've set up for the Osmotic Enchanter right here. I'm thinking this is what it means, and I just decided to mix it up a little bit by going with some different sizes. We've got the minimum size requirement here, 2 obsidian totems with the Neator on top. Yeah, I decided to mix it up by making 3 and 4 just to kind of make it look very, very epic thumbnail material right there. Anyway, man, that frame rate though. Let's head back over to the infuser and let's get this crafting process started. So I think we'll go ahead and move this guy. We'll go ahead and put our armor on so we can actually see stuff, and we'll get this stuff down. So let's get to it. Put you right there. Now I've got extra materials as well. Oh, and that reminds me, just before we get this going, someone was asking if we could quickly go ahead and take a look at my stability setup down below. So we'll go ahead and just quickly do that as well. Let's get these. No, let's actually keep them right there, like so. Okay. Yeah, let's go downstairs and take a look. I've got an area that I can get to them down here. This is just sort of the more work area. We've got one of the bellows for the Essentia system right here. And then this is pretty much it here. It's it's pretty much as basic as you're gonna get in terms of stability. It's literally just about a stack and a half of candles just thrown down. And then in the center here, right underneath the actual infusion, you know, the infusion matrix, whatever it's called thing, we've got this guy right here. I forget what these are called actually. Where's the where's my scan stanner so I can see what that's called? The scrubber, of course. So yeah, I've got that right there just to clean up any flux spills that we have, although it's not working because we don't have any Vs channels going through here, and then that just connects to an Essentia tube that connects up into the Prai Contatio network up above. So fairly basic, but it gets the job done. We haven't had any problems. I think I've had one minor problem since doing infusions here, so it's fairly awesome for that. Man, this is just so convenient, having the ender chest right there on the wand. Anyway, everything should be good to go. I have checked the Essentia requirements and we should have enough Essentia, so let's get it started. Apparently there's no sound. There we go, yeah. I did close all the valves and turn off the buffers and things, so... What's going on there, game? Okay, looks like we've got some sparks. It's not a happy chappy, but it is working. I guess we just need to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on the actual pedestals here for a change as well. This is our first dangerous infusion. That's the Pre-Contatio out of the way. Up next, Potentia. I think it was actually 50 Pre-Contatio that this thing wants, isn't it? Yeah. So, that's the hard bit out of the way. Next up we've got Alienis coming in. We're actually running a bit low on Alienis at the moment. But in other news in terms of Essentia, I actually got some more Sano Essentia. I've got almost 2 full jars of Sano now. Just went around the base and collected up all of the potions that I've got out of looting bags and just broke those down. You know, just did some off-camera, you know, Essentia stuff. Alright, that's the item starting to go in. We haven't had any problems just from the occasional lightning bolt coming out of this thing, which is not surprising. It's dangerous. But that pretty much fills me with a heap of confidence, actually. We should be able to make the advanced node stabilizer fairly easily as well, as that's also a dangerous infusion. Oh, hello! It didn't actually use up the enchanted cloth. The spellbinding cloth, it actually gave it a bit of a durability hit there. Okay, I did not know that it would not use that up, but... there it is! The Osmotic Enchanter. Have I scanned all of these? I have. That's very awesome. Let's go ahead and follow rule number 1 of Thaumcraft. And scan it. So let's go ahead and pick that up, and yeah, it's okay. A bit of Parnus in there. Oh, cool. I guess that's from the spellbinding cloth. Awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and get this down on the area that I have set up over here. And let's see if this thing will just work right out of the box. You also need to have a wand in there as well. So just put that there. And has that done anything? Not really. Can I cheat the system and scan the block? No. Worth a try. Right, so if I right click on it, what happens? Okay, we've got 2 slots right here. We've got a slot up above. I guess that's for the item. And then we've got a rod thing right here, which is obviously for your wand. Will it take a staff, I wonder? No, it won't. Okay, I was wondering if it would or not. Turns out that it doesn't, so we're going to have to come over here and pick up our scepter. Well, this thing's not fully charged, is it? Well, it's almost full, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and put this in here now. Okay, so... and that gives the kind of a little animation of the wand doing some awesome stuff right there. Very cool. I guess this is the way it's supposed to be. It's facing east, isn't it? So it's for the right-handers, you lucky right-hander. Alright then, let's see if we can throw some stuff to enchant in there. I mean, why not? Is there anything that I have that I need to enchant at the moment? Not really. I mean, I've sort of got everything that I need right now. Maybe if there's something in here. Well, we do have this stuff right here. We could throw some sharpness on the Void Sword. That's something to possibly do as well there. Let's see if we can just try this out and see what happens. Now with this, it says that it follows basic vanilla, the vanilla enchanting rules, and that you can't put Silk Touch and Fortune on the same thing, and that sort of thing follows with Repair 2 and Unbreaking 3. I've shown multiple times how to do that in vanilla Thaumcraft. You just use an anvil to combine Repair 2 Unbreaking 3 tools. I'm just wondering if this will be able to throw Repair 2 Unbreaking 3 on the same thing. Oh, hello. So, throwing in our unenchanted item has thrown up a bunch of these little pictures right here. So we've got sharpness, okay. Smite, Bane of Arthropods, I'm guessing that's strength. Knockback, okay, yep. And then we've got looting? Fire aspect, okay, man, I'm not doing very good at this. That's got to be looting right there. There we go. So that's looting, that's probably got to be repair, yeah. And unbreaking, okay, so you just click something like that, okay. And it puts repair on there. Okay. You've got a plus-minus button. Can I, like, cancel that at all? Start enchanting? So you just pull it out and... okay, you can pull it out and try again. So, you can put unbreaking... but, you know, you can't put the 2 of them. Okay, so... it's not that useful to me then. Next question, can I upgrade something that's already enchanted? No. This is slowly, or rather very quickly, becoming less and less useful of an enchanting item, to be honest, because I basically need to... Well, I guess what you can do is take 2 void swords and... Okay, you can try something like that. So I think what we'll do is just keep it pretty basic. We'll throw Unbreaking 3 on this one. How about that? Okay. So let's see. So that's on there like that. So you press these up and down to change the enchantment level that you want. Oh, okay, and you can just click to remove it right there. Okay. Okay, I see. And then you just click that there and buff that up to the max. Right, so 3 is the maximum for that. So we've also got some interesting little dial things right here, like on the wand texture. Okay, this is showing us going to be the total cost, which is going to be 38 terra, 38 aqua, and 72 ordo. So if I wanted, how big could I buff this? We've got sharpness over here. Pump that up to 5. We can also put knockback and looting on there, but I basically, I'm going to take these off, so, but I just want to see them to start off. We've got looting 3 on there as well. Okay, yeah, that's, man, that's really cranked the cost up. 244 order. We'd have to come back and get this thing refilled before it could go again. I wonder if this will work with the CV, like the V's relays. I wonder if we could bring the relays over here and get this working. Oh, and it shows you the thing as well. Puts that on there. That is pretty cool too, the actual item. Nice one. That looks very cool. And then we could also throw even some more on here. Okay, we can throw that, and fire aspect too if we wanted. Oh crap, man. Yeah, if you want like the most expensive thing in the world. Let's go ahead and clear these out. I just want to put Unbreaking 3 on there for now. So that one's relatively cheap. We should be able to do that in one hit. Yep, let's go for it. So you press this button here. Okay, whoa. This is some pretty cool graphics. And it makes a cool sound as well once it's done. But there it goes, the Void Sword with Unbreaking 3 on there now. Very cool. Unfortunately, this sword's not going to be particularly useful because we've got the Huskinator. I went ahead and renamed this thing now as well. Perhaps what I can do is, I'm just thinking, maybe I could take the Spellbinding Cloth, clear that off, and make a set and throw Repair 2 on there. Now there's a potential possibility. That'll be kind of interesting instead of having to spend an anvil. How much was the repair cost? I don't have anything that's unenchanted. Now let's go ahead and try another test and see if things, the actual enchantments cost the same. So let's take 2 things that are obviously not in the same league, like the a void tool, and do I have any stone tools or iron tool? That'll do. Obviously not in the same league. Have I scanned the both of those? I have. Very good. Following rule number 1 of Thaumcraft, it's not that table bird. I'm going to do that, aren't I? So I just want to see if the enchantment cost is the same. I can throw Fortune, Unbreaking, Silk Touch, and Efficiency on here. Okay. Oh, right, because it's not a Thaumium tool, I can't put Repair on there. I see. Well, we've got 2 tools right here, so we'll see... both of these can have Efficiency, so if I throw Efficiency... Let's say Efficiency 5. Let's say that costs 40 terra and 120 periditio, okay? Let's see if it costs the same for this guy. So throw Efficiency on there. And it's exactly the same. So yes, no matter what kind of tool it is, the cost of the enchantment is based on what the enchantment is and the vis requirement. Okay, just wondering about that. So I was basically concerned about whether or not, something like this was going to cost a ridiculous amount to enchant. Let's go ahead and just quickly test that out. Let's get this in here. Apparently you can take your Spellbinding Cloth and this guy, and yeah, you can clean the enchantment off, like so. Okay, so now I can kind of appreciate a little bit why this thing might be a little bit more useful. That durability is kind of going down pretty quickly there. It doesn't have very many uses in it. Let's actually just quickly check that durability, see what it is. So it's got 35 uses on it. Okay, gotcha. We'll need to go ahead and throw that in the Thaumic Restorer if we want to not have to make more. So I can put that in there, and we can go ahead and buff this up with Repair 2 now. That's going to cost a fairly decent amount of aspect, actually. A very low amount of periditio. Is that actually... Okay. So it's actually the same amount of most of these. It's only a little bit more peridictio for repair 2 on this guy. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw that on though. Sweetness! So that's the peridictio requirement. Okay, and that's just, it's not pulling them all at the same time. No. There we go, that's repair 2 on there, so now that repairs a little bit quicker, very cool. Okay, now what I want to do, guys, is take a short break. I'm going to go ahead and actually make another Cursed Spirit's Blade, and I'm going to go through and put it up to Unbreaking 3 and, you know, anvilize it. So we'll be right back. The gas tier is going in, and there it is. Wanted to get that all recorded up, so there we go, a second Cursed Spirit's Blade. Very nice. Let's head over back to the Osmotic Enchanter. Okay, so we've got this one that has Repair 2 on it. I want to get this one that has Unbreaking 3, and that one's going to be fairly cheap as well. I went ahead and topped up the Scepter as well off camera there. So that's well, that was fairly easy and fairly quick, very nice. Now let's head back over to this anvil just to show you guys, just before we finish off here, the proof of concept. Take these two, you get a Repair 2 Unbreaking 3 thing like that, Bob's your uncle, now you've got a really nice thing. So, what's my take here on the Osmotic Enchanter? In terms of being you know, something to do with enchanting on, it's actually really, really nice. Man, that's a low frame rate right there. Let's look this way. Yeah, the Osmotic Enchanter it's really good for making stuff, but I think it might be so good at enchanting that it's a bit overpowered, to be honest. I mean, enchanting stuff using Vase, I feel a little bit more comfortable with, you know, vanilla Thaumcraft's interpretation of custom enchants, but I might be a little bit biased about that, because I've had vanilla Thaumcraft for so long. But now that I've got this, I basically have to use vanilla if I want to throw enchanting, sharpness and looting on there as well if I want to buff that up any more. I don't think I can use this now. You can't throw that in there and be like, hey man, throw more stuff on there please. So yeah, for what it is, the Osmotic Enchanter is fantastic. In terms of what I use enchanting for, it's sort of okay for, you know, sort of saving a little bit of time and, you know, making your base tool here, Repair 2 Unbreaking 3. I'd have to buff that up with Thaumcraft enchanting. So, yeah, it's cool, but I'm not sure how much it applies to me in terms of an item. It actually, the presentation and what you have to do to make it work is actually really nice. It's good to see that, oh, by the way, that this worked without a hitch. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Next time what we're going to be doing is focusing on these extra little enchantments that are around the Osmotic Enchanter. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha. And I'll see you in the next video.